Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today is day 21 of 30 days of sketches. And this is today's sketch. It is made by Dana Terry. So it is a 3-photo sketch and various areas of embellishment with a title across the top. What I have pulled out for day 21 is 3 photos, go figure, and a couple of papers and a flamingo. Even though these are not flamingos, these are just birds that were down there in Punta Cana. But I have my basics and my kit, so let's see what I can do. Alright guys, so I started off by trimming these photos down to 3 by 5. Now these are just random bird photos of birds that were at the resort. So they just kind of, roam around the property because they are birds and they do what they want. Now, the very first time we went to Punta Cana, there was this huge chicken, and I scrapbooked the chicken. And I think every single time since then, I have taken photos and scrapbooked pictures of the birds that are at the resort. So yeah, this might not be something you would scrapbook, but ever since that huge chicken, it just has been something that I've done. And we talk about the huge chicken every time we go to Punta Cana and see the birds. This resort didn't have a chicken. So I am following the sketch. I've looked at it. I know that I am going to kind of build my photo mat very similar to how it's made in the sketch. Now the photos look to be separated in the sketch, and I just felt like my photos needed to touch. That's one of those things. Remember how I talked a couple days ago about phases in your scrapbooking, and everything needed to have a border right now for me? I will admit that this was a struggle not putting a border on this layout. I really wanted to put one on, but I decided not to. But having my photos touch is also kind of a phase that I'm going through right now. More so than having them spaced apart. It's just how you're feeling in the moment, guys. Like, don't feel like, oh man, I've been making my photos touch for months and I really want these photos to be separate, but this is my look. This is my style. Your look and your styles change. Your thought process could change. Things that you like could change. Colors that you like could change. Don't feel like you have to box yourself in, right? Scrapbooking should be fun. It should be a way to unleash your creativity. It should be a way to get your memories documented, or anything you want documented, right? Like, it could just be pictures of Disney trash cans. If you need someone to hype you up or like be like, do you and send me an email. I will hype you up. Right? Like, you don't need anyone's permission, but I will be in your corner and be like, that's right, you scrapbook the way you want to scrapbook. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. So, I've put a flamingo down on this layout, and I know that these aren't flamingos, but honestly, it's a bird, and there were flamingos in Punta Cana too, so I'm feeling like all of this kind of goes in together. Now, I will say that there are tags and stuff on the sketch that I just kind of ignored. I also did not put my title up at the top. I ended up with it down at the bottom. The little circular elements, I went ahead and kind of represented one there with this doily. I finally used my khaki polka dotted decorative tape, which is a woohoo moment, and also kind of heartbreaking because I love that polka dot decorative tape, right? Like, it's khaki colored, it's got white polka dots on it, and it's perfect for so many different things, but now it is gone. So it's used up, which means I can buy more, right? Use the stuff so you can buy more of the stuff. That is my philosophy. I went to the stash and brought in these little labels. Some of them are florally, some of them are round, some of them have like a pinked edge around the outside of them. And I figured that this was kind of giving a nod to the stars that were on the sketch. Kind of like, yeah, I see you, decorative element, and I'm going to put a decorative element down, but I'm going to do it my own way. And then I pull in some of these labels. If you guys couldn't tell, I love labels. They are so useful for so many things. You can use them as a decorative element. You can use them as a base. You can use them to cover up awkward gaps. They're great for journaling. They're great for titles. I just love me some labels, right? So I pulled in even more labels. These are gold labels, so it's going to give me a little bit of that sparkle and shine. And I'm just going to put them down in 2 separate places. I put the smaller gold label up at the top because that cluster area is a lot smaller. And then this little bit of a larger size gold label here. Now, I will tell you guys, I was not thinking about titling this bad boy. I was just going to leave some decorative words on there and call it good, but I do end up titling it, and I think that the title ends up helping it make sense because there are 3 different types of birds on this layout, and one of them is a chipboard bird. It's a flamingo. So yeah, went to the florals, and unfortunately I didn't have 2 of the same florals in the size that I wanted. So I just put them both on the layout. They're not an exact color match, but honestly, who cares? They look good, and they are the same colors of what is on the layout and also what is throughout the entire Punta Cana album. So there's like a little bit more yellow in that upper flower than the lower flower, but like I said, the yellow is throughout the entire album. So while you might look at this and be like, ooh, that little floral is a little bit too yellow, which I don't, but you might. If you're looking at it in the scope of flipping through an album, it's not going to catch your eye like it might right now if you're just taking a peek. So I am using some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive to go ahead and get that stuff stuck down because it is a floral and that stuff just makes it stick. So I went down and found a couple of word phrases that I thought were funny. One says keep calm, something else, and then it says stay wild. And I just find it hilarious that it says keep calm and stay wild. So went ahead and put those down. And then I ultimately decide, yes, this does need a title. This is feeling a little bit naked down here. And it's interesting because I found it to be naked down here where I'm building this decorative place, right? Where I'm clustering up items and making a decorative thing. And it didn't feel naked up at the top of the photos where the sketch calls for the title. That big white space is just great. It's breathing room. And I did that in air quotes because breathing room. It just sounds so pretentious. Coming out of my mouth, right? Like, I can hear other people and watch other people and talk about how their layout has breathing room. And I'm like, yeah, I get you. I feel that. I feel that needed that empty space right there. But when it comes out of my mouth, I'm like, who are you kidding, Sandy? That breathing room. Anyway. It did. It felt naked down here at the bottom. So I'm using some really old October afternoon tile stickers to spell out Dominican. And then I've got these Simple Stories foam letter stickers and to spell out birds. So the title is Dominican Birds. And then obviously all the birds were in the Dominican. Voila. It's one of those this is what this is titles. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble about all the things today. Going to splatter some of that Ornament Gold Chroma Mist, and no, I have not ordered it yet. Need to do that. I mean, who puts off shopping? I've just been not really in a shopping mood. All right, enough running my mouth. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.